How close are you to getting replaced by AI? That is a serious question I want you to think about because we got Bill Gates over here saying that by 2035, AI is going to replace doctors and teachers. And of course, there's everything going on with the Studio Ghibli situation. The internet is basically on fire because ChatGPT gave people the power to recreate the studio's unique anime style. Which is pretty crazy because Studio Ghibli has to sit back and watch everyone from little kids to major corporations create these cheap imitations of their art form with AI images. And they don't see a penny from it. So it begs the question, if AI can do this to a company, how safe do you think your job is at the rate AI is advancing? I mean, some of you probably have pretty safe jobs. I don't see AI replacing jobs like managers, salespeople, coders, or any job that's super hands-on anytime soon. But for a lot of us, yeah, we got a couple years before we end up being replaced by AI. And I mean, I look at my job as the example. I am a social media manager, so my job mostly consists of creating content. And currently, there is an AI tool for everything content creation related these days. So I would be a fool to think that in the next couple years, there won't be some crazy AI out there that is able to string together all these tools and eventually outperform me from a technical standpoint. So yeah, there is a very realistic chance that my job gets replaced by AI soon, but to be completely honest, I don't really care, and that's what I want to talk about today. Like, don't get me wrong, we have every reason to be worried about what AI is going to do to the world. Even now, it's hard to tell what is an AI voice and what is an AI generated video sometimes, which is scary. But I'm not worried about my job security, for example, because there's still plenty of time to adapt to this AI wave. And although AI in its current state is very powerful, it's still kind of dumb. And you know what I mean if you've ever tried to fully use AI to complete a project from start to finish. It is impossible, or it's going to take a lot of back and forth. Sometimes it just stops working, which is going to give you a headache and make you wish that the AI just understood things like a human can. But I will say that it is getting better every day. Like just a couple weeks ago, ChatGPT couldn't get text right, and now it pretty much nails it every time. So I'd say we're in this like sweet spot where we need to understand that AI is here, it's advancing, it's already in our timelines, in our music, in our video games. Even the algorithm that suggested this video to you is AI. So it is definitely here, and we have to adapt by learning what it is capable of, and more importantly, learning what it is not capable of. And I do understand that there are ethical and environmental concerns when it comes to the use of AI, and I don't want to disregard that. So if that is why you have a hard stance against using it, I get it. I'm mainly speaking for the people out there that are worried about their survival, for work purposes, and fear of replacement by AI, because work-wise, what really is the alternative than learning AI? You either learn it or you reject the use of AI and you don't learn anything about it at all. You get surprised when it takes your job, and then you just get angry at the world. Like, look, I understand AI could be really crappy. It is ruining a lot of aspects of our entertainment that would be a lot better if a real human made it. But I think it's smart to at least prepare yourself for the possibility that learning AI could give you more job security in the future. So instead of completely rejecting AI, I say we need to stay one step ahead. Well, actually, we need to stay 2 steps ahead, and this is the first step. We need to learn how to use it as the tool that it is. Because AI is not going to replace the people who use it, it's going to replace the people who don't know how to use it. Learn how AI can make you better at what you're already doing, learn its shortcomings, and get better at those things. For example, I never use AI to write my social media posts because I know it's going to strip all the personality and nuance out of it, and sometimes even get the information wrong. Kind of like those awful AI Google search summaries. God, those things suck. I can't believe we're living through that in real time. But anyway, so I make sure my copywriting skills are always on point because AI's isn't yet. And if I ever do use AI in any of my projects, I use it to do the tedious parts of the job or to create some funny images. You know, if I need to pull some specific info out of a huge block of text, That is the perfect use for AI. I use it to help my creative direction for a project. I don't use it to create the whole project itself because, like I said, we gotta use AI as a tool so that we can focus on the bigger picture. I mean, learning it is just going to make your life a lot easier because there is a tool for literally everything. And if you could find one that helps you out just 1%, then you just became 1% better or 1% more efficient. All right, so the second step to stay ahead of AI is to just be human. You need to put a face to the work that you do every day because it will make you so much harder to replace. Because at the end of the day, people want to be helped by other people when they have a real problem. And you know this if you've ever urgently been wanting to get something done over the phone, but when you call to get it done, you end up talking to that stupid machine that just has you jumping from menu to menu by pressing the call buttons, and none of the menus have the option that solves your specific problem. In those moments, you are just begging to speak to an actual human to get your problem solved. It's so incredibly frustrating. And I can't imagine a world where that is every interaction. So that is the reason why I say like being human is still going to be very important because AI is never going to be able to fully fulfill that role that a human can. And if every interaction ended up being like those phone calls, I would literally drive myself insane. People want to talk to humans when the time comes. So how do you apply this? I say, choose to make that phone call and speak to people like a human instead of sending that email sometimes, like when it makes sense. Walk into that person's office and deliver the message instead of doing it on Slack or Microsoft Teams. It goes a long way when people you work for or work with know who you are. And it may sound like being a suck up, but building those work connections is now more important than ever. And in extreme cases, it can almost act as a safety blanket, like a very thin layer of protection, because when your bosses get together in those closed door meetings and they're deciding who to let go, they could be as professional as they want, but the truth is, they are most likely not going to want to fire the person who they know just got engaged and is planning their wedding, or the person that walks in every morning and makes them laugh and creates a better work environment for everyone else. It's a lot harder to make that decision when you know the person. And I know that's like a very rare situation, but I promise it matters in a variety of reasons. This is just one example, but just be human and add a little bit of yourself to everything that you do, because otherwise they'll see you as just another body occupying a seat that they have no issue replacing, either with another person or with AI in the future. And for all my people out there who work for themselves or desire to work for themselves one day, you definitely need to follow these two steps because AI is going to be your best friend for a while. Like, it will save you so much time and money if you use it to help you build the foundation of your work or to just do these little tedious tasks like I mentioned before. And the people you want to attract to your business are going to be much more likely to support you if they know you are a real person because you actually behave like a human. Like, you don't just DM everybody, you don't just message everybody, you don't just email everybody. Sometimes you leave a voice note, sometimes you call. These things go such a long way, and there is no way AI is ever going to be able to replicate that experience. So yeah, I know the future either looks really bleak or really exciting depending on how you look at AI and what you do for work, but I just wanted to make this video to remind you that being human is still better. Studio Ghibli still makes better art than AI. Your favorite content creators still make better content than AI, and you can still do better work than AI if you stay ahead of it. The type of work you do in the future might shift over time, but that's okay. It's better than being replaced.